and welcome to Hearthstone Top 5. My name is Benjamin the Hero, and today, ladies and gentlemen, we shall be talking about the top 5 failed tech cards in Hearthstone. If you're wondering, Benjamin, what the hell is a tech card? Well, I'm glad you asked. A tech card is any card that you put in your deck to specifically counter a card that your opponent plays. For example, Harrison Jones for weapons, the Black Knight for taunts, and the Kizan Mystic for secrets. And if you're wondering, Benjamin, what the hell happened to your face? Well, I got eviscerated. Luckily, it wasn't comboed, so the damage was minimal. If you care enough to find out what the hell happened, I will give a brief description of the story at the end. It is damn embarrassing though. Alright then, boys and girls, let's start the countdown! At number 5, we have the Light Champion. When this card first came out in the Grand Tournament expansion, it was Blizzard's response to help out against those demon-based decks. And if you're going to be real, the only card worth silencing at the time was the Void Crawler. So, how did the Light Champion fail as a tech card? Well, I think Blizzard forgot that they already created a cheaper and better version of this card. It was called Ironbeak Owl, and at the time, Ironbeak Owl only costed 2 mana instead of 3 mana. So in the end, players had a choice. They could either pay less mana to silence anything in the game, or they can pay more mana to silence Void Crawler. What a hard decision. At number 4, we have the Scarlet Purifier. During Next Ramas and the Goblins vs. Gnome era, there were a lot of powerful death rattle creatures such as Haunted Creeper, Sludge Belcher, Mad Scientist, and of course, the fan favorite, Piloted Shredder! Scarlet Purifier was meant to be the solution against all those pesky death rattle creatures. But it turned out that 2 damage was simply not good enough. Although Scarlet Purifier was good against cards such as Haunted Creeper, Mad Scientist, and Sludge Belcher, it was terrible against Piloted Shredder and absolutely abysmal against Nerubian Egg. Also, Scarlet Purifier hits your own death rattle minions, and at the time, everybody and their grandmother played Piloted Shredder.
What happened to all my cards?
So in the end, the only thing Scarlet Purifier purified was the arena card list for paladins. It gave them better free drops. I mean, it's something at least. At number 3, we have both Ram Shield, and this card failed the second it was announced in the Grand Tournament expansion. Both's main purpose is to help protect your face against spells or abilities that were targeted. So against Freeze Mage, it would have actually have been a legitimate tech card if another card didn't exist, which was called the Anti-Killbot. So let's compare the two. Anti-Killbot heals you instantly, whereas both heals you over time. Anti-Killbot comes with a 3/3 body, whereas both's body is way more fragile. Anti-Killbot costs 5 mana, whereas both cost 6 mana. So at the time, you would have had to have been absolutely crazy to play both over Anti-Killbot. Both failed as a tech card because the Anti-Killbot completely invalidated his existence. At number 2, we have the Little Exorcist. Little Exorcist was meant to save us from the madness of pre-nerf Undertaker. At the time, Hunter had the most popular Undertaker card list. It was filled with small death rattle creatures such as Leponome, Web Spinner, Haunted Creeper, and the Mad Scientist. When the Little Exorcist was previewed in Goblins vs. Gnomes expansion, I thought, like many others, that it was gonna save us finally from the Undertaker decks. Well, long story short, Little Exorcist failed miserably, and the reason for that was because it was just too damn balanced. Hunters had no problem taking care of the card with cards such as Abusive Sergeant, Kill Command, or even the Eagle Horn Bow. And if you were to play Little Exorcist and your opponent didn't have any Death Rattle creatures on the board, you would just feel bad. So in the end, Death Lord actually proved to be a better tech card against Undertaker than Little Exorcist ever did. And that's why it is the second most failed tech card in Hearthstone. At number 1, we have the man, the myth, the legend, Hearthstone has the incredible ability to destroy any beast that he sets his eyes on. When this card was released in GVG, people were not playing nearly enough beasts to justify putting him in your deck. However, the true believers remained faithful and didn't dust him, just like with the old Punef Commander found its shine with the release of Grim Patron. Eventually, Hearthstone will find his place in competitive play when a beast comes out worthy of his attention.
Don't you care what people think? Doesn't it bother you that people are making you out to be a joke and that I'm gonna be included in that? Do you think that's right? Do you?
Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
But then, Blizzard announced standards and the removal of GVG from competitive play. The dream was over. What's quite funny, unlike the other cards on the list, Hemet never even got a chance to be played. And that is why he is the biggest failed tech card in Hearthstone. It's a damn shame. And that's it. Thank you for making it to the end. I really do appreciate it. Really do. And if you enjoyed what you saw and you want to see more, please think about subscribing, since that will do a whole bunch for the channel. And you can check out last year's episode from the time it's been. The last episode where I talk about the 5 biggest surprises to come out of the Whispers of the Old Gods metagame. And time for the story of how the hell I got eviscerated. Well, my sister hit me with a spatula. It sounds crazy. It wasn't on purpose. She was cooking. There was a spider coming down, and I thought, Benjamin, like any responsible brother, it's my duty to scare the living crap out of her. Don't take my advice. Don't do it when someone's cooking and they're unaware and they haven't. Let's just say I'm not gonna bring her along to see the next Spider-Man film. Also, I am getting close to 5,000 subscribers. What? So I thought, you know what? Let me do something special for the 5K video. It's gonna be really good. You enjoyed. So I'm gonna think of doing a Q&A. So for this week's feedback, please, do you have any questions that you want me to answer in the Q&A? I promise you it's not going to be a typical boring Q&A. It's going to be fun, fresh and exciting. If you have any questions you want to ask me for the 5K Q&A special, please write it in the comments below. As usual, I will respond to every comment. Thank you guys, stay awesome, and I will see you next week. Adios, people.